So begin to breathe. There is of course no need to change your breath, simply to be aware that you breathe. For as you inhale, as you exhale, with self-awareness, so you receive into your being, into your cells, the light of spirit. So as we relax down into our bodies, breathe in a very relaxed way. We move away from our third-dimensional mind, letting go of the intellect, and coming into our being. And we begin to move into the inner planes. As we move inwards, into our being, into our core, and into our high heart. And we relax down into the heart, and we simply breathe. And we know that from this inner place, there's no effort to make, nothing to do, simply to be, and simply to open to receive. And we can open our crown, invite our higher self, the fifth dimensional aspect of ourself, to bring down its light and to move closer to us. As the light of our presence begins to descend, entering through our crown, through our core, into our, and we breathe in the light of self, and we begin to fill with light, the light of our divinity, the light of who I am. Into my higher self begins to merge with me as my aura fills with light, as my heart it fills with light and expands. So from this place of being more connected, the Arcturians are able to bring their light, their energy. So become aware of a corridor of Arcturian blue light around you, and see, sense, visualize, or know that you are sitting in the Arcturian crystal temple. Beautiful geometries of light, beautiful structures of light, and beautiful colours. And as you rest in this place, in this temple, with your Arcturian guides, you allow the Arcturian frequency to come into your being. And you find it is very soothing, very comforting, and very healing. So while you are here in the Arcturian crystal temple, you will be receiving through your third eye, through your crown, and into your heart, the Arcturian light transmissions, which contain information, knowledge, activations, and healing, all that you require at this time. much of it will be downloaded into your etheric body, which will come into your physical being as and when you are ready to receive it. Become aware of your third eye, of your crown, of your high heart, and simply be open to receive, for there is nothing you are required to do here, simply to be and to receive. As the ego has stepped aside, and you simply allow, coming into the divine flow of the eternal spirit. All is done for you here. There is nothing for you to do. So, we would like to suggest to you that as part of your daily practice, you use the conscious breath, which simply means that you are aware of your breathing as you breathe in and as you breathe out. You may even wish to notice that point of stillness between the in-breath and the out-breath. This will bring you into the sensation of your body. And as you are more in your body, so the mind begins to slow down. You bring your I am presence. Your I am presence actually comes all the way from source, moving down through your multi-dimensional self, entering into your being. I am. I am consciousness. I am light. Light is love. And as you come into your I am presence, so the ego subsides, and you find yourself in the now, the eternal now, the infinite presence of your true self. And it is through this practice that you are led out of illusion into the greater reality. It is your I am consciousness that changes your reality. For once your perception of reality changes within, then the way you see the world also changes. So what are some of the things that block us from this higher reality, where we live in love, in bliss, in peace, where we experience the unconditional love, acceptance, and forgiveness of all that is, residing in the Christ consciousness energy, which our fifth dimensional self already exists in. Of course, it is having forgotten our connection to spirit that we are multi-dimensional beings as we moved into greater separation. So we found ourselves living in survival mode, motivated by fear, as we allowed to accumulate within all our past experiences believe in our experiences to be who we are, rather than simply an experience which my consciousness was witnessing. The accumulation of much pain and suffering has been held within through many lifetimes. The emotional body contains a lot of emotions of pain, suffering and resentment which prevent the entry of the light, and the mental body has been created through illusory thoughts, cutting us off from our higher mind. Under the influence of the personality and the ego, we feel unworthy, unfulfilled from past, and unloved. Through the mass consciousness, we are bombarded with distorted thought forms, and we hold all this within our mental body. It programs our thinking, it determines what we believe, and we rarely wish to step outside the narrow thoughts and beliefs to observe them from a higher place and to really examine the truth of what we think about life, but particularly what we think about ourselves. For change always begins within, and when we are able to live within our true self, our perception of reality changes completely. But most of us are resistant to change. We are frozen in pain and suffering, and we're unwilling to open to new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of perceiving, which would relieve our pain and suffering, which would move us out of limitation and allow us to embody, embrace, encompass the higher light which is being sent to us at the moment, which would raise us, expand our consciousness, and open us up to all the wonders of life in the higher realms. But there is much that is being done for us at the moment, if only we are open to receive. It is possible to become aware of your higher mind at this time. It is possible to bring your focus into your high heart and to connect your higher mind to your high heart. So bear in mind that through this conversation, the beautiful beings of Arcturus and your guides and teachers have been communicating with you, communicating to your subconscious, where much of your rigid beliefs exist, communicating with your fifth dimensional self, which will be able to influence your third dimensional mind. So much is being received. But let us now work with Juliana and Tinioa to raise our frequency and expand our consciousness. So as you once again become more familiar with their presence, with their light and their energy, simply allow yourselves to have your frequency raised into a higher vibration. There's nothing for you to do, simply to let go, open to receive, as they bring to you a shimmering energy. It begins below your feet and shimmers gently up through your aura, clearing your aura as the energy moves upwards and very gently increasing your vibration. For all is energy, all is vibration. As your frequency changes, so your perception of reality changes, so your experience of who you are changes. As you receive into your being, into your aura, the shimmering energy of light, as you feel your cells rising into a higher frequency, so you feel lighter and freer. From the top of your brain, the top of your head, become aware. Move your focus there and become aware of the space just above your head. With the help of Giuliano and the Arcturian, your fifth dimensional mind is now connecting to your third dimensional brain. Affirm to yourselves, I am. And bring a line of light with the help of Giuliano from your higher mind down to your high heart, and feel the love that you are. I am a divine being of light. And I openly receive into my being the light of Christ. As the Christ consciousness frequency surrounds you and embodies you, moving through your high heart and opening your heart space to the degree to which you are able to let go. As you let go of limiting beliefs, restricted thought forms, and all about you that you are unable to love, you embrace your divine self, your Christ itself, and you experience unconditional love, compassion, and acceptance for all those parts, all those aspects of your lower self, which up to this time you have been unable to love. You have the courage to turn away from nothing within you and to send love to all those parts of you which have been wounded, which have been hurt, and which have not experienced love. For the divine love of Christ is now descending on all the hurts and wounds, that all may be healed and forgotten, that the past no longer needs to influence the present, and you can move in to the eternal now. So when you return from the crystal temple into your third dimensional self, bring to life, to yourself, to the inner and outer world, the higher frequencies of light and love. Your world within will transform and transmute, and you will transform the world around you. Become aware of your thoughts and all negative thought patterns about yourselves, all negative beliefs about yourselves as they appear. Simply stop them and replace them with higher thoughts of love, of freedom, of compassion, of your own divinity, and of this great transformation which has taken place on Gaia. So feel yourselves within your bodies. Feel your breath. Feel your sensation. Feel your feet on the ground, and feel your connection to the earth. As you sink down into the earth, feeling her life, her soil. And send down through your feet and your lower chakras a line of light to the crystalline core of Gaia, where you connect to her heart, her soul, her spirit, and you draw her up into your aura, into your being, into your room, and be one with her and one with yourself. And when you feel ready, open your eyes